To do these questions, we need to know two rules of trigonometry, okay, straight off. We need to know that sine A over cos A equals tan A. Second thing we need to know off by heart is that when you have 1 over cos squared A, that's the same thing as changing that with 1 plus tan squared A. You can pick any angle you want and it will always work. So if you put in 1 divided by cos squared 30, that will be the same value as you putting in 1 plus tan squared 30. Has to be the same, okay? Now, that part is projected from a point O on horizontal ground at an angle alpha to the horizontal. The initial speed is root 24g meters per second. It hits a small target whose position vector relative to the starting off point is 16i plus 11 over 3j. Find two values of a to the nearest degree. So basically, it's like Angry Birds. Okay, it is Angry Birds, alright? So, basically, you have a target, okay? We'll make it the pig thing that you require, right? And the pig thing is 16 meters across and 11 over 3 into the air. And you want to throw the Angry Bird at it. And you want to hit it. Now there's often two ways to go about this. You can take the really direct route where you hit it right in the head, or you can lob it up high and then it drops back down and hits on the head. Basically, that's why there's two different values to the nearest degree. That makes sense? Right? Now, the next thing is you're going to construct your equations, alright? You know an Sx formula and you know the Sy value. So if we get the Sx equation and put it equal to 16, and we get the Sy equation and equal it to 11 over 3, we can find out some information we need, okay? Now the thing is, the times have to be the same, don't they? Why does the time for Sx equals 16 and Sy equals 11 over 3 have to be the same? If they hit the object, they have to be occupying 16 meters covered in the Sx direction at the same time covering 11 over 3 directly into the air. That makes sense? So we're going to go through constructing our equation, okay? So we're told that it has an initial speed of root 24g. So root 24g is the speed, and then the x component is going to be root 24g, anybody? Cos A. It's, remember, u cos A? It's the same thing. And then the other one? 24g sin A. Now you're going to construct your equations, alright? Phi x always stays the same, doesn't it? Which is root 24g. Phi y is affected. How's phi y affected? Oh, sorry, root 24 cos A, you're right. And then the other one is root 24g sin A minus gt. Sx will be root 24g which cos A. It's going to be cos A multiplied by t, isn't it? So I'm just going to move that t. I have a preference not to put the t beside the angle, so I put the t in here in front of it. Okay? And does it have any minus gt squared this time? No, because it's Sx, no acceleration in that direction. And then Sy will be root 24g t sin alpha, or sin A, minus a half gt squared. There's our four equations right there. Okay? We're going to use the bottom two. So we're going to use the bottom two and try and figure out what's going on here. Okay? So what we're going to start off with is that this one here equals 16 and the second one equals 11 over 3. What I recommend we do is we find the value for the time and we input it into, we find the value of time in the SX formula and input that into the SY formula. So, time therefore, T, so we're looking for to get the T on its own, which means that the root 24G and the cos A go underneath. So what we're going to get that T equals 16 divided by root 24G cos A. Everybody happy with that? Now we don't know what A is just yet. So what we're going to do next is we're going to input that into this equation here. We'll start off down the bottom. So we're going to have root 24G multiplied by T, which is 16 over root 24G cos alpha. That's going to be, and then there's a sine alpha beside it. Then it's minus a half G, that's inside there, and T squared. What would be T squared? 16 squared being 196 or 256? Can't never remember that. 256, and then square out root 24G, all in a square root, plus 24 G, and cos A squared, cos squared A, and all of this equals, what's this all equal? 11 over 3. Now, this equation here looks very complicated, but there's a way to really narrow it down. The root 24G and the root 24G cancel. We also have what located here? We have a sine alpha divided by a cos alpha, which turns that into 16 tan alpha. Reduces what we had to something really small. Now, on the other one, what we have is G cancels with G. 2 multiplied by 24 is 48, isn't it? And what's 256 divided by 48? 256 divided by 48?
You're at 16 over 3.
16 over 3 is a good number, okay? So, minus 16 over 3 cos squared A equals 11 over 3. You can see our equation is just completely reduced down to a much smaller size, right? Now, what's going to happen next is we're going to give them all 3's. So I'm going to put a 3 on the bottom, mix it in with a 3 on top. 3 times 16, 48. And now that they're all over 3, what can I do with all the 3's? All the 3's are gone. Okay? Now, next problem. Anybody see where this can come in useful? It's basically 16 times 1 over cos squared alpha, which in turn will make this 48 tan alpha minus 16 times 1 plus tan squared A, and that all equals 11. Right? Now, does anybody know where to go with the does anybody know where to go next with this? You multiply it out and we get 48A 48 tan A minus 16 times squared A minus 11 equals 0. What I'm going to do at the same time, I'm going to multiply everything by minus 1 and then I'm going to add them together. So I'm going to multiply everything by minus 1 I'm going to get plus, 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 minus. Then I'm going to get 16 tan squared A, 16 plus 11, 27, plus 27 equals 0. Anybody identify the type of equation I have? Huh? It's a quadratic. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to store x equals tan A. You happy enough with that? X equals tan A. So, I'm going to do, so 16x squared minus 48x plus 27 equals 0. Now, divisible by 3? Not by 3.
It's 9 and 3.
Huh?
9 and 3, 4 and 4.
Does it work that way?
2 minuses.
Good. Right, I'll take your word. I usually also minus b in the cases like this. What do you say, 9 and 3?
Yeah.
Bottom of the negative. So there you go, guys, right? Now, we get x is equal to two different values. We get x equals 3 over 4, and we get x equals 9 over 4. Are you happy with the two of them? Now, the very end of this question, oh, I did not just do that. Okay, so, the very end of this question, what you're looking to do is you have two angles that this can happen for. You have, remember, x is tan A. So tan A equals 3 over 4, or tan A equals 9 over 4. Tan inverse both of them and tell me what the two angles are to the nearest degree.
66 for the second.
66 degrees for the second one and
37 for the
37 degrees for the first one.